Fenugreek is an absolutely great supplement spice for healthy aging, living longer. Without any doubt whatsoever, it fulfills all the criteria. And what's great is it's incredibly cheap and can be added to lots and lots of your various food or taken as an individual supplement. But as I said, it's extremely cheap. And if you want to know how to use it, check out my other videos, because we've got a video on Fenugreek for aging men's conditions, aging women's conditions, and of course we've got another video on Fenugreek and diabetes type 2. It's absolutely fantastic in all of those areas. So first of all, it meets the criteria because it's a potent antioxidant, and as oxidation is one of the major theories behind why we age. The oxidation inside our cells at the molecular level and at the cellular level leads to an increase in our aging process, whether it's aging skin or aging organs or aging arteries, it doesn't matter, all linked in with oxidation. So it's antioxidant, so it helps to stop that. And then we've got anti-inflammatory, and inflammation is a reaction often to oxidation. And we have a term called inflammaging over the last 20 years, which is you're aging as a result of all the inflammation characteristics of the diseases, which is linked with all the diseases, heart attacks, strokes, cancers, and so on. So inflammaging, it's anti-inflammatory. We also see that it improves mitochondrial function, which is the powerhouse of the cells, and again, a major reason why you age or don't age. And a lot of the supplements out there are actually geared towards cleaning up the mitochondria and cleaning up the inside of the cells. We also know that it improves gut health. So Fenugreek is really good for gut health. And as a result of that, it increases the biodiversity of the gut, which is the important part, and introduces or helps with a particular bacteria in there called Akkermansia. Now, Akkermansia is probably known as the anti-diabetes microbiome probiotic, but it's only just become available as a supplement thanks to new technology. And you can take it as a supplement, or you can add some Fenugreek and lots of other things and get it as well. And the studies show that a high-fat diet, mice on a high-fat diet, given Fenugreek, it ameliorates all those effects of an extremely high-fat diet. So it reverses the negative conditions of it. We also see what's really important is that there is a study on it increases the lifespan of C. elegans. Now, this is a little nematode. It's a soil microorganism. It's a millimeter long, so very, very, very small. And scientists use it traditionally for measuring lifespan and seeing how effective supplements and changes are in lifespan. That's one of the first ones that they look at. And it increased the lifespan of this little nematode worm by 18%. And finally, one of the critical aspects that I really put in is it decreases chronic diseases. As a result of all these factors, it decreases chronic disease across the board. And disease plays a major role in our disability and in our early demise of our health and dying early. So it decreases disease, which I'll show you in just a moment. And we also know it's neuroprotective. So in terms of diseases, when we think of aging, we often think of, oh no, our poor brain, Alzheimer's disease, dementia, and all these things. It has a lot of anti-Alzheimer's, anti-dementia type properties. In fact, the mice studies show that it helps stabilize and reverse the signs and symptoms and conditions of Huntington's disease, Parkinson's disease, and Alzheimer's. And in the tests these are on tests on mice, but in the tests on mice with Alzheimer's, it prevented memory and learning loss as a result of Alzheimer's in these mouse studies. Now, in human studies, a 2023 review, which means there's been multiple studies done already, it improved the pathological symptoms, the signs and symptoms of neurological diseases, especially Alzheimer's. So if you're worried about getting Alzheimer's, or you've got diabetes type 2 or anything like that, you need to really start looking at taking Fenugreek. Now, I take Fenugreek virtually every day. Not that I'm worried about Alzheimer's, because it has so many other health benefits, and clearly the cheapest supplement on the market out there. Now, in a 2023 study specifically on Alzheimer's, they had 82 patients with Alzheimer's disease. They gave them 5 cc, which means it was a liquid and was probably injected in. I didn't get the details on the study, over 4 months, and it improved memory, quality of life, lowered blood pressure, and it decreased oxidative stress, which is the driving force behind all the damage that it does in the development of amyloid plaque in the brain and something called tau, all these protein fibrous things that are locking on, causing Alzheimer's or contributing to Alzheimer's. And in Asia, it's actually known as being neuroprotective and as a food for geriatric protection. So it's geriatric food. So the older the age, people are actually given fenugreek because they've known the benefits of fenugreek for literally thousands of years. We're just discovering it now, or rediscovering what was already known. It reduces the risk of cardiovascular disease, which is a major killer, and the major cause of cardiovascular disease is an increase in blood pressure. So it decreases blood pressure. And in a 2023 study, 735 patients, 15 grams a day, which is quite a lot, but probably still only cost about 50 cents or 20 cents a day, something like that, over 12 weeks. They looked at 6 random controlled trials, so 6 clinical trials of actual humans looking at slightly elevated blood pressure, and it came down. Now, in all of these studies, they found that the people with the highest blood pressure actually had the greatest reduction, of people with the lowest of the high blood pressure, only just considered high blood pressure, had the least. So it really is effective for those people who have high blood pressure, and it decreased the systolic blood pressure by 3.5 millimeters of mercury, 3.5 of those little measures. Now, when it comes to diabetes, I'm not going to repeat this because I've got a whole video on it. It's really worth watching because it is so effective in the prevention of diabetes type 2. It decreases fasting blood glucose, increases the GLUT4, which is the channel that sugar gets out of the blood and into the cells. So the channel that gets them into the cells through the cell membrane, and it improves that, which means it improves insulin resistance. So insulin in the blood is actually able to do its work properly because the cell opens up to take it in. Great idea. It increases insulin production and improves the performance and helps repair the pancreas. The pancreas is the place where the insulin and lots of other things are done, but the insulin is produced, and so it helps repair that. And then finally, to do with diabetes, it improves kidney and liver function, not to mention other organ functions around the body. So it has lots of these benefits directly and should absolutely be part of an anti-aging regime. In addition, fenugreek has benefits for male hormone balance, which is a big issue as we age, female hormone balance, particularly in the case of menopause, but even for younger women, it's irregular periods and polycystic ovarian syndrome. And of course, there's a videos on that to help you out. And it's also gastroprotective, and that's really important because as we age, we tend to have an increase in the gastrointestinal signs and symptoms and complications, particularly gastric ulcers and imbalances of the gut microbiome. And I know this from the literally tens of thousands of talks that I've done over the years. Then we find that it's also counteracts muscle atrophy, and muscle atrophy is a major problem as we age, leading to increased frailty. That's called sarcopenia, when you have the muscle loss as you age and so on. And it's a little bit of trivia, but it's got 20 to 30% protein in it. And as we age, we generally don't consume enough protein. So it's about increasing that protein content, and lots of the ingredients in fenugreek help with muscles, which can be shown by the increase in muscle strength in the studies of younger men and women, athletes and training, where it improved their muscle strength. So it's a great positive for healthy aging. And then it also works with improving the skin, decreasing the aging effects of skin, decreasing the skin collagen breakdown. There's an enzyme in the skin called collagenase, and that collagenase breaks down and it slows that down, so it actually keeps more collagen in the skin and more flexible and pliable and so on. And then it also helps decrease skin allergy effects like psoriasis and eczema. So all of these conditions we see are decreased, and so many more with fenugreek. So it has a huge anti-aging array of properties, and again, it's extremely cheap. Check out my other videos how you can use it as a powder. You can actually soak it as a seed. You can ferment it. Lots of options out there, but definitely get onto some fenugreek. Now, I want to make mention of all the other anti-aging videos that I've got, as well as the ones on fenugreek for men, women, and diabetes. We've got videos on gout, osteoporosis, acne, gut, so many on gut, and all of these topics to help you wind your way through healthy aging. Subscribe below and share this with your friends, and tick the like button.